Why, hello there. It's been a while. I am going to give you a tour of my 2006 Sienna minivan that I've been living in for about a year. And in future videos, I'll tell you more stories about what's been happening with me in my life. But right now, let's just focus on the tour. Okay, here is the kitchen. Got a drop down door. It's a little bit dirty. Actually, this is just paint on this door. I didn't even put any polyurethane on it, but that's the goal this summer. I'm going to repaint it and polyurethane it, but it's a 3/4 inch thick plywood door. It's the only piece of wood in here that's 3/4 inch thick. And then I have a little, I don't know what that's called, eye bolt thing with I have a hemp hoodie, and this is the string that came off of it. It's pretty strong, and then it's just attached to the safety pin. Pretty low tech, but works. And in here we got 3 shelves. This is what I'm using for cooking these days. Simple butane stove, a really small kettle. It's like probably about 600 milliliters, or maybe 800. I need it just big enough to make coffee in the morning. And then we have a spray bottle, soap for washing up, cutting board. Behind there we have a big huge peanut butter jar, which is 1 liter, and an extra can of butane, which I always have back here just in case I run out while I'm cooking. And this is the hole for the drain, which I've never installed, but it's on the list. Up here is the middle shelf. We just got storage enough to fit a large metal cup, and this is a 500 milliliter container of peanut butter, and I'm trying to just buy these jars right now because they're the right size, and I'm kind of on a kick where I'm really trying to avoid buying plastic, so no peanut butter in plastic jars. This is a $19 jar of mustard, if you can believe it, that my girlfriend bought me for my birthday. It's like, it's way too much for mustard, but she really wanted to get me that, so I like it because it's the only glass mustard jar I can find. And this is my bowls I use for eating with. The bottom one is for eating with, and the top one I use for washing up. And my IKEA stainless steel coffee thing, which is really great. It's only like 11 bucks. Something just fell. And a couple of apples, another peanut butter jar, can of soup, some coffee, jam, all that jazz. And this just locks like this. And believe it or not, this has popped open when I'm driving like twice, and everything was on the floor. Sorry about the messiness of this, but this is the way she goes. Got a couple plastic drawers, tisk to hold various items of junk. A glass container, a screen protector for my phone, plastic bags, and some toothpaste. Down here is my fridge, which I'm going to redo this entire thing. Here it is pulled out. It's flashing weird. 7 degrees Celsius. They say if your fridge is above 6 degrees, the bacteria in the food starts growing and then things go bad. So as you can see, I can't fit a lot of stuff in here. Basically 2 soy milk containers, and then whatever else you can fit on top. There is a bit of depth in the lid, so that helps. It's a very small fridge. I don't remember what size it is, but it doesn't use that much power, and it's not that loud, and it is what it is. In the future, I would definitely try to get a bigger fridge. There's no doubt about it. So in order to fit my whole body in this van, I have a footwell area. This is about, I don't know how much it is, maybe 12, 14 inches. And under here is some storage. I have, you can barely see it, my Blue Eddy small charger. What do you call that? EB3A thing. And to the side, I just have some dirty laundry. Becomes clean laundry, and then over time, it gets filled up. Here's my switch for my LED lights. These little things I bought them IKEA, $7 each. Pretty good, they work well. And then I have one of my cupboards with a Buddha statue candle holder, which I really love. That was kind of like a splurge. I usually don't buy that kind of stuff, but I got a couple boxes of cereal, wireless keyboard. This goes really deep. Like, I could not fit my hand all the way to the end. Probably about 18 or 20 inches deep. And same with this one. I can't even fit my arm all the way back there. Cereal, popcorn, vegan chili, bunch of stuff. And this is just a friction fit at this point. And then we have my top storage cupboard, which I made with this message board thing. I did that, and then I made sure there is an air vent up here because my 100 amp hour lithium battery is up here. This is my kettle. It uses 400 watts, which is great for making coffee because it doesn't use butane. Then I have a little 500 watt inverter, really small, but it does the job. My Lifetime 100 amp hour lithium battery. And it's got Bluetooth, and it actually works really well. I'm very happy with that battery, especially considering I paid not very much for it. Then you can see my wiring. I intended to label all these and then put a diagram on to the inverter, but I never have done that. And there's my USB-C connection port thing. There's 2 of them with those red lights. Yeah, and then I have some miscellaneous items in here. Try to keep this open as much as I can and not shove it with stuff because I'm trying to keep airflow in there. Because I'm worried about, in the summer, it's the heat concern. In the winter, I want to make sure the heat gets in there to keep it nice and warm. Over here, we have a napkin holder. Again, this is really deep. It's probably like 14... It holds like 500 napkins. This is my main water storage. It's 12 liters. Works pretty good. Put the water in there. I use 4-liter containers, and then I fill it. Like, I want it to empty out all the way and then refill it so that I don't know, I just feel like I want the water to constantly go through it so it's not stagnant. My blanket has clipped over this once and caused this to open, and then my bed was getting wet. I was like, why is my bed wet? Uh-oh, water is running out. That was bad. Anyway, here's my dirty laundry. This is full of dirty laundry. When it's laundry time, I open this and pull it all out. And this is my guitar cubby, which is, this is just a little tiny guitar. This is a Yamaha GLO1, which is really small, and it's actually too small. My main guitar is in here, but this is designed to hold the main guitar, but I find it's hard to get it out, so I just kind of don't do that. Over here we have the seat. Now, the reason I designed this van like this is because I have 2 kids. Well, one's 20, one's 13, and you know, I see them every weekend, and so I need to move them around together. So I designed this so one child can sit here. Almost always it's my son, who's 20, and then the other person sits in the front. And then I can fold this down. This chair completely goes into the floor, and then I can extend the bed all the way out. But I never actually do that. So in order for that to work, I have this door window cover, so that the kids can see out the window. And you can see right now I'm in a parking lot. And it gets really dark. And this is all insulated. This is 1 inch, or no, half-inch thick polystyrene. I guess I'll close this again. Well, I can just leave it here. You can see it's all on the window, and there is a rain guard right here, this plastic piece right here to stop the rain from coming in. But there's about a 1.5 to 2 inch gap at the top, and when I have my Max Air fan on, it flows nicely. This is meant to be permanent. This is half-inch polystyrene, and I cut it into strips to conform to the curve of the window, and then I put spray foam in between. And in the winter, I raise this by like 1 inch, so there's just a tiny gap at the top, and then I have some other strips of polystyrene I put on the bottom. Now people are saying, oh, why would you do that? That's crazy. It's permanent. Well, it is permanent. This is a camper van, and I intend to I have some of this gray foam mat stuff I'm gonna glue on here in the summer. The van is like 90% finished, but there's still a few things I need to work on. So that's the deal with that. It stops heat from coming in through the glass, and it keeps me warmer in the winter. Here's my hook with my keys. That intended to be a jacket hook, but I found the jacket puffs up so much that I don't have as much room. And I still need to finish that corner over there. Okay, here's the bed area. It's my Bluetooth speaker. I was going to get a bigger speaker system in here, but you know, my head is right there and that is right below it. And it's plenty loud, and it uses very little power, charged by USB, so it's pretty good. Got my thermometer right here. It's currently 30.9 Celsius. Phone holder. This is my little USB hub thing. This is the light switch for the little fairy lights, and then this is this light right here, and then this is the charger for the speaker I just showed you, and then this one is empty. I don't have a use for it. And then yeah, again, that was a window over there that I just covered over, and that's with the plywood on top. And this is the kind of situation we got going on here. One of the things I want to do this summer is I'm going to build a mini shelf right here. So this is going to be about, I don't know what that is, 2.5 inches. And I'm going to put a shelf there. Maybe get some little tiny books or something. And then this is where I put my phone. Right here. I just put it on there's a little phone holder thing in there that I clip on. And then it fits perfectly. And then my phone becomes very easy to watch while I watch a movie or have a snack or something. It's not fully, it's a little bit janky. I gotta fix it a bit, but summertime project. Here we have a coffee mug. I built this holder thing especially to hold this huge 22-ounce coffee mug. It's kind of dirty. A little battery power bank thing. There's another one, so they both fit in here perfectly. I don't know where it is. And then for heat, I'm using the Wave 3, and there is enough space. This is actually, previously, you can see the holes over here. It was over here, but it was too close and I was getting too warm. So I moved it higher, and works well. And then I have my fan over there, and this little carabiner thing is where a little string on my guitar sits to around the neck to hold it into place. I have one of these Sirocco fan things. You know, I'm not really that thrilled with it for the amount of money that it cost. It does okay. I find it blows pretty good if I put it straight on my legs, but when I change the angle of it like this, I get careful not to zap my fingers. It doesn't really blow my face that much. It's not intense enough. But it is highly movable, and it doesn't get in my way, so that's awesome. Then I have my Max Air fan. This is the cheap version, no remote, only 4 speeds, but it was way cheaper, like at least $100 cheaper. and I built it into the ceiling. Yes, I cut a hole in the roof, and yes, it does need lots of dirt removed. Another project for the summer. I built this frame to hold it in, and got rid of the plastic thing. Works well. The thing with the Max Air, I have to say, to me, it's essential to have a roof vent in a van. And with the window down, the more it's down, obviously, the bigger airflow you're going to get. Pulls it out if I need to crank it up. That's second lowest, third highest, and that's on maximum. It does get pretty loud. I mean, that's as loud as it gets. And then it goes back down to 1. I keep it on all the time, and that is a way to prevent mold, is to have constant airflow. In my experience, basically every van I've had, they've been small amounts of mold, and the two things that I've learned is always have airflow, and make sure that your mattress doesn't even have that much space that it can't breathe. I use the IKEA slats, and you want to make sure that there's no space where it's just mattress and wood. You got to have it so there's like a little slat, airspace, little slat, airspace, all the way through. Okay, here's the front of the van. I built this big, huge cubby. And this opens up. This is very deep. I store my winter jacket in there. It's pretty big and deep. And then I have this Renogy, it's a DC-DC charger and a solar MPPT charge controller built into one. And so far it's working pretty good. I put some black tape over it because I'm trying to be a bit more stealthy and not have all these lights blinking when I'm parked at night. And that's the way we're doing it. Where's my keys? Some extra water right here. And up here you can see my 400-watt solar panel. It's a bit dirty right now. That goes right on the roof, and it's a big, huge water trough. I built this plywood case before I bought the panel because I was using a smaller panel. But then I wanted more solar because I wasn't getting quite enough. And then under here you can see, prepare yourself for a little bit of dirt. That's my fan. I don't know if you can see that or not in this light. And there's no cover on the roof vent fan in the Max Air. I took it right off. And I never have water intrusion. I drive 45 minutes in the pouring rain, not a single drop. But I still got lots of airflow. And it's, you know, say what you want about stealth, but it is somewhat stealthy, I think, anyway. No big thing sticking out the top. People are like, what is that? I don't know. And then for my windows, you can see, well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's, I use aluminum foil tape, and I taped to the glass before I connected the polystyrene to it. So I figure I can, if I ever needed to, I could peel that off. It might be a pain in the neck. But the idea of it was to reflect light, heat out. Honestly, don't know how effective it is. Better than nothing, I guess. And I got it on the back too. It's kind of dirty. And then this is the other side of the window when it's open. So when I close it, you can't really notice that it's like that. And I cannot have it open when I have lights on inside. The window, the glass is tinted, but it's still not enough. And over here I have a couple of cubbies. I stick some sweaters in here. This is really hard to bend, this plywood. It's only 1/4-inch plywood, but it was tricky to do this. I got one cubby there, hat holder. This one's supposed to be a hat holder as well, but I'm a minimalist. I only have 2 hats. Here you can see this is pretty open right now. So a big space in there to hold some more sweaters. And here we have the back of the van. Some plywood for some projects. Get those out of the way. Get some storage under here. Here's that material for the side windows I'm planning to use. And there's actually quite a bit of storage under here. Like I got full paint cans, tools, lots of stuff. Then I have an extra, oh, there's a blanket jacket thing here. I got this extra sleeping bag. This is a light weather sleeping bag, just in case it gets too hot with my regular one. Here's my amplifier from my guitar. And then I still have all this space. This is extra clothes, or I don't know what this is, cables, tools, and then my bass guitar amp. And then you can see I put 1/4-inch plywood on the bottom, and I polyurethaned it, or stained it, to reduce any concerns of mold or moisture problems. Well, there you have it, my friends. Long overdue tour of my 2006 Sienna minivan camper. I bought it with 100,000 miles, roughly 160,000 kilometers, and paid about 9,000 Canadian, which is expensive, but these Toyotas, they ask a bit more for it. And I'm very happy with this van. It's never broken down on me, and I intend to be in here for quite a while, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, that's it for now. Take care and be well, my friends.